Hi there, my name is Allishia Bauman. I am a proud Jacksonville native, a lover of the nonprofit community here in Jacksonville, especially love downtown Jacksonville where I'm sitting right now. I'm a proud bonus mom to my bonus daughter Esperanza, who is a senior at Atlantic Coast High School, and a proud wife to my husband Joshua, who is an IT leader here in Jacksonville. And I currently serve as the managing director of people operations and strategy for an organization, an education nonprofit here in Jacksonville called City Year. And that's where I'm sitting right now in my office. When I think about 10 years ago, it's incredible to think how far I've come from being a young person who was on the verge of not completing high school to a nonprofit leader here in the community. I always say when I think about the 1 by 1 campaign and the 1 in 3 exhibit, that was a real breaking point for me in my life. It was a time that I didn't really know who I was as a young person and the power that I had to be able to overcome. And it took people like my teachers and community members to really show me my worth. And because of them and so many of the community that rallied behind me that really didn't have any obligation to do so, but did, I was able to overcome those odds of dropping out of high school, and was able to graduate high school and become a first generation college graduate, which is something I never thought would ever be possible. Based on the turmoil in my life as a young person. And this idea of a community coming together to really invest in our young people, invest in public education, I saw 10 years ago in the 1 by 1 campaign, in the 1 in 3 exhibit. The community really rallied around public education, and the result of that meant a different focus from the priorities of the school district, and more engagement from community members into public education. And the result of that were young people were able to be more successful, like myself and the 19 other young people featured in the 1 in 3 exhibit. And there's really something that happens when a community comes together on behalf of and in support of the young people in our communities. And so I think there's no difference between then and now in terms of the importance of the community rallying behind young people in public education. I look at this 10 years ago, 1 in 3 and 1 by 1 was really the first step. That's sort of the first step when we accomplished, like, people care about public education, and you saw that as a result of the campaign. And now it's, we have the opportunity to dig even deeper and how we've said we cared 10 years ago, and support the half penny for schools. As someone who grew up within the public education system, product of public education, and works in support of the public education system now, I know firsthand what happens when students have a sense of pride. They feel safe going to school, how much more successful a young person can be. And we all should care about that, because young people are our future, and who are going to really lead within our community and beyond. And this is a very basic step when I think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Folks cannot, whether a young person or older, like, you can't succeed in accomplishing if you don't have that sense of belonging. And you can't develop a sense of belonging if the space that you're in doesn't feel safe, if it doesn't feel clean, if you don't feel a sense of pride. I, as an adult now, when I come into my office, I feel safe. I feel like I belong here. I feel a sense of pride here. So I am going to accomplish exceedingly more than if I was in a dilapidated building. And so the half penny for schools, for me personally and my personal views, makes total sense to me, and is that next phase from the one by one work. So I'm so excited to talk more about the Halfpenny for Schools, my journey, and let's do this.